Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It has been, how many months has it been since my last video? Well, I'm making my millionth comeback with a video which is really special to me, and that is my getting ready for the Eras tour vlog. So I got tickets quite late. I got them November the 15th, like last year, I remember the date, and that was when Taylor added the 19th and 20th of August extra shows in London. So it is Friday the 16th of August today, and I'm going on Tuesday the 20th of August, but it still feels like I've waited for so long, and now it's finally here. Like, oh my gosh, Taylor Nation just posted on Twitter that the clock is coming out for the show tonight. I'll watch the surprise songs tonight. I probably won't vlog it because my reactions are insane, but you can see my Eras tour poster in the back there as well. Anyways, okay, let's just go. I'm so excited. Okay, so what am I doing for my outfit? Well, my favourite Taylor Swift album and one of my favourite albums of all time in general is Reputation, so I knew that I had to go as Reputation in some way for the Eras tour, but I was just trying to figure out what. So I was seeing a lot of Eras tour outfit inspo on Pinterest and TikTok and this stuff, and a lot of them had newspaper printed clothing, right? And I was like, yeah, I love that part of the aesthetic of Reputation so much, so definitely want to go as that. But when you look up newspaper printed items, a lot of the time it's like the same newspaper print repeated all over the item, and also it's not obviously gonna be Taylor Swift themed, like it's just a random newspaper clipping that they got from, I don't know, or they just made it up, right? And it does look cool, but for the Eras tour I wanted to go like all out, proper Taylor Swift themed, but I just had no idea how I was gonna make like custom newspaper printed jeans. You can see where this is going. So I looked up Reputation Era Tour jeans just in case someone like was making them on Etsy, I don't know, and actually I found a Poshmark listing, so it's not quite as unique as I thought it was because someone else had this idea before me, but on Poshmark they listed these jeans. They'd already been sold, so I couldn't buy them, but to be honest, actually I think I would have preferred to just make them how I'm going to anyways, but they just look so amazing, and I can only hope to try and replicate these. So yeah, I saw them and I just knew I had to do something like that, but I just had no idea how this person made that, and thankfully in the comments of their listing that someone else asked the same question, and then they put a link to a YouTube video and it completely explains the process really well. So the video that I watched is DIY screen printed image pants by Lynn's Core. So thank you, Lynn's Core, for making this video because you've literally saved my entire Eras tour outfit. I will leave the link to the video in the description below in case you want to follow along, because I will try and explain the process, but Lynn's Core just does the best job at explaining it. So yeah, definitely highly recommend if you're looking to do something similar with this. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Also, I just realised my light board, I need to update that because that was actually a countdown to my show, and then I went home for the week just to actually do my outfit, and then I didn't have time because I was too busy making bracelets and also working, so like I didn't have time to update that when I got back. And also it's a bit scary because saying that there's like literally 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 days, like I can't. So but I will update that for the video. But anyways, let's just get on with the jeans. Actually, I'm gonna eat dinner first and then I'm gonna make the jeans, but I will see you when I finish that, and we'll just get on with it. Hi guys, this is voiceover Kylie stepping in with a list of materials that I used for this, whilst past me is eating dinner and probably making friendship bracelets, which I did not end up vlogging because I was just way too busy with the trousers, because that is going to be the first thing you'll need if you want to do this lots and lots of time. After that, you're going to need your pair of jeans. Of course, it's cheaper to do it with thrifted clothes or something that you already have. So I bought these ones from Uniqlo new because I really wanted a silhouette that was like the Poshmark listing I saw. And after searching in so many stores, my day one Uniqlo pulled through and I was super happy with these. Then you'll need this photo transfer Mod Podge, which is the magic ingredient to get the images onto the clothes. I got mine from Amazon, and to cover both legs of the jeans completely, I used about 2 bottles, but bought 3 just in case. I also used matte Mod Podge as a sealant at the end, and you'll of course need your photos as well and scissors to cut them out. I'll show you guys how I planned out the photos in a bit. And then you'll need sponges. I got some basic sponges as well as these like brush sponges, because one is for water and the other type is for the Mod Podge. I'd also recommend getting quite a bit of spare cardboard that you can use to protect your work surface, and finally some tea towels. So I've laid out almost all of the materials here, as well as a couple of my accessories for my final outfit, and then here is all of my friendship bracelet making equipment. I'm not going to go through all of it now, but if you guys would be interested, then I'd love to make a separate video about them, because I actually think I've learned how to make some low-key good friendship bracelets. But for now, let's just move on to the first step for this project. My first step was a little different to the tutorial I watched, because I'm wanting to cover the whole jeans with photos. So after I'd scoured Pinterest and Google for all the Reputation images and lyrics I wanted, as well as a few Eras Tour related ones that fit the newspaper aesthetic, which I was inspired to use from the Poshmark listing, I planned out the layout of the jeans using Canva. I roughly measured each leg of my jeans with a measuring tape and then replicated their outlines in Canva, and then I also took measurements of the pockets where I wanted to put photos in specifically too. Then I took that initial plan and replicated it in pages, with each leg of the jeans being about 5 landscape pages. You'll see here the most important thing for if your images have text, or if you care about the image being exactly how it looks in real life, you have to flip all of your images so that it's all mirrored. That way, when you flip the photo down onto the jeans, the text will be the right way up. I did a practice on some charity shop denim shorts for £1, and it's probably the best £1 I've ever spent, because it saved me from ruining my entire Eras Tour outfit because I forgot to flip all the photos the first time. So it still looks really great, but it's just all backwards, and so thankfully I did not make that mistake on the real thing. I also printed out quite a few spare big images that I could always use in place of others, or cut up and collage if the spacing didn't end up working, which it didn't a lot of the time, so that was very helpful. And once I had it all planned out, I printed everything, and I did this at Ryman's because I needed a laserjet printer, and if you use ink, then when you put the water on the jeans later, it's just gonna bleed, or I think that's the reason you have to use laserjet anyways, so definitely make sure you do that. And then I was ready to start cutting all of these out, and I of course had to listen to Reputation while I was doing it as well. And then when it was all finished, I had these 4 sets of photos for each leg of the jeans, plus the big spare photos, and then just a couple which I forgot to flip and had to go get reprinted. So I laid everything out following the plan I'd made, and there were sometimes little things I had to change and move around because the jeans are not the same width the entire way down, but already you can see the idea taking shape, so it's very exciting. When I was doing it, I was so worried and I thought it looked bad when I was laying it out, but honestly, I could not be happier with how it turned out. And now it's officially time to start the photo transfer Mod Podging part of all of this. You can see here I use the cardboard as the work surface, and you put the Mod Podge onto the image side of the paper, brushing it all evenly and honestly quite thickly. I can definitely tell that the images where I put less Mod Podge turn out more worn looking. If that's the effect you want, then maybe that's a good thing, but yeah, I would generally recommend being super generous with the amount that you apply. And in the video, this leg is like instantly done, but in real life, I definitely needed to sleep after hours of doing this. So that was the end of day 1. On August 17th, I just did the exact same thing on the other side, so I put all the images down using the Mod Podge and let it dry for a couple of hours before turning it over onto the other side, where the only big difference on the back is having to work around the back pocket. So I used tracing paper and cut out the images for those from the big spare square pictures I had, and that was super helpful. So while I'm working on this, I just wanted to give a massive shout out to any of the artists whose art that I used for the images on these jeans. One of them in particular is from Reddit by, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I think it's IZB. They made these Eras Tour vinyl concepts with a newspaper aesthetic, and it was just the most perfect thing ever. You can see I used the photos from them so much because I really love them. After finishing pasting down all the photos, I left it all to dry and came back on the 18th of August to start taking the paper off of the front side. I wrapped some cardboard in a tea towel and put that inside of the jeans just to stop the water leaking through to the back, which might not have been fully dry yet. So all you do is soak your sponge with water and then you douse the entire image, let it sit for a couple minutes, and then with more water, and you can be quite generous here. Just rub the back of the paper off with the sponge, moving it in circles. And then the back of the paper will come off in all these tiny shavings, which make the worst mess ever, especially if you're doing 4 entire legs of jeans. But it then leaves the image just stuck to the jeans so well like this. They can't really be peeled off, as you can see, I'm showing here. It's just magic. I have no idea how it works. And you can also see that the writing is all the right way up as well, so it looks so, so good. Sometimes if you scrub away with too much force, the image can get worn away. I didn't mind too much because it kind of goes with the aesthetic for rep, and it seemed to be worse on some colours than others. For example, on grey, I feel like a lot of my greys were quite scrubbed off, but the white was fine. So it's just something to be mindful of. And for my final step, I was on to sealing all of the photos using the matte finish Mod Podge. Okay, so I have just finished doing all of the Mod Podging, and I was using that tiny little brush that I saved that came in the brush kit. So yep, hopefully everything's sealed in. I just went over with the sponge one more time, and then I brushed all the excess off. You can see it lying on the desk there, and then I just sealed the bits in, and I think it looks really good. And when it's drying, it looks like this. You can see it's a lot more streaky and like slightly like white colour, but it dries super clear. And so that is one entire leg done once that Mod Podge dries. We've got 3 other ones to go. It takes a long time. It's taken me about half the day to do this, so I'm gonna have to really put the burners on for leg 2, 3 and 4, but I think we can do it. For the rest of the day, I finished the other front leg and one of the back legs, and this video definitely shows all of the paper residue, so be prepared for the amount of shavings you'll have if you want to do this too, because I definitely was not. Finally, it was August 19th, one day before my show, and I completely finished the final leg, working on it from 8:45 p.m. to midnight. I sped up the process a lot, I think, by doing the paper removal and Mod Podging finish at the same time, so that is a good tip maybe if you're doing it. But also it was good to like learn and do it separately the first time, so maybe only do that if you're a veteran. This was so much work, but that's literally the best part about these. Like, I am just so proud to own my own one-of-a-kind Reputation Eras Tall jeans forever, and obviously the place where I first wore them to will always have the most special place in my heart as well. So yeah, I am just so proud of these and I love them so, so much. Okay, hey guys, so it's just gone midnight and I'm definitely gonna go to bed now, but the jeans are literally finished. My outfit is ready. If you're a Swiftie, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're not a Swiftie, I hope you enjoyed this video equally as much. And I mean, I hope you found the jeans process interesting at least, because I think that was really cool and I'm really happy with it. So without further ado, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna get ready to go to bed. I'm gonna fall asleep listening to all my favourite Taylor Swift songs. Future me, just make sure that you soak up every single second of, like, well, later today, but you know, just from the second you wake up, like, because oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Like, you will never be in that moment again. Like, you will never be 20 years old, like going with some of your best friends in the entire world to the Eras tour. Okay. Tomorrow I'm going to do things like do my nails, do more bracelets, hopefully, packing to go to my sister-in-law's family's house because we're staying over there all together after the show. Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed watching something which I'm so hopefully so clearly really passionate about. But other than that, I'm going to leave you here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.